Colin O'Keefe here for LXBN TV. Marvine Thicke's hit song Blurred Lines has been a non-stop source of controversy, from its initial risque music video to its even more risque Miley Cyrus-aided performance at MTV's Video Music Awards this weekend. But that controversy is extending even into the world of intellectual property law. Joining me now to explain just that latter issue is Oren Warshawski. He is the national co-leader of Baker Hostetler's intellectual property litigation team, and he is author on their blog, the IP Intelligence Report. Oren, first, can you explain the background of the IP dispute?
Sure. Well, Marvine Thicke and his co-authors of the song, that would be Pharrell and T.I., those are the performance names, brought a lawsuit against the estate of Marvine Gaye, as well as Bridgeport Music, which owns songs that were written and recorded by George Clinton as part of the group P-Funk or Parliament Funkadelic. And according to the lawsuit anyway, we know that Marvine Thicke, Pharrell, and T.I. all were accused of copyright infringement by both the estate of Marvine Gaye and by Bridgeport Music. We don't know exactly what those allegations were. This suit is a little bit it's procedurally different than most suits in the sense that it is a declaratory judgment lawsuit. And Marvine Thicke and his co-authors are seeking the court's declaration that that Blurred Lines do not infringe either of those two prior songs.
I see. So second here, what specifically is the court or the judge going to be looking at? Where is the line between inspiration and copyright infringement?
Well, you kind of answered the first part of your question, which is what will the court be looking at? And really, this is a tough case. And again, we're guessing a little bit here because we do not have the specific allegations by the Marvine Gaye estate, nor do we have the specific allegations by Bridgeport Music. What we have are Marvine Thicke and his co-authors' rejoinder to those allegations. But ultimately, they'll be calling upon the court to determine whether or not there's an infringement. And typically, in most copyright cases, the plaintiff, the copyright owner, will point to substantial similarity. So here we would expect the Marvine Gaye estate and Bridgeport Music to point to similarities between the two songs, or between both songs on the one hand and Marvine Thicke's new song Blurred Lines on the other. I'll call them for now the original songs and the new songs, if that's helpful. What the court will then look to is determine whether the elements which Marvine Gaye, for instance, says are similar are in fact protectable elements. Are they simple things like the beats per minute, which sound the same, or the use of a vocal delivery and a high falsetto voice? Are those protectable elements, or are they non-protectable? And then the court will determine whether or not there's copyright infringement. I think the second part of your question is, where is the line between inspiration and infringement? And that is, pardon the pun, a blurry line. I don't think there is a bright line test for that. Typically speaking, what the court looks to again is how much of the elements are taken to make them substantially similar. Inspiration tends to be something more where the latter work, the newer work, sounds a bit more, you can hear elements, it sounds like an homage to the older work, which is what Marvine Thicke would claim here. I'm not sure, does that answer your question, Colin?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that about hits it on the head. It is, as you mentioned, and again, no pun intended, a bit of a blurred line here. So this is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Once again, that was Oren Warshawski. For more of his insight on this issue and other issues in the world of intellectual property law, be sure to visit ipintelligencereport.com. And of course, if you're not already watching us here on the new look LXBN, be sure to visit lxbn.com, where you can find more of these LXBN TV video interviews and curated commentary from the Lex Blog Network's more than 8,000 members. Thank you for joining me today, Oren.
Thanks very much for having me.